At EPFL School of Engineering, Professor Li Tang's Laboratory of Biomaterials for Immunoengineering has made significant strides in cancer treatment research. I gave this a read over late last night, and apparently it's like if you use electromagnetic radiation at a specific frequency, you like make the cancer cells vibrate in a way that regular cells don't, and it means they tear themselves apart or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. That's kind of like a better chemotherapy, right? This is the oh yeah, this is the post that I saw, and then I looked at the thing. Scientists a new way to destroy by stimulating aminocyanine molecules with near-infrared light. Cancer cells vibrate in sync enough to break apart their membranes. These molecular jackhammers destroyed 99% of cancer cells. That's nice. If that ends up being, if this ends up being like legit and works, that could be a this could be like a better kind of chemotherapy, right? That's really awesome. Molecular jackhammer, also known as a plasmin. Okay, sure. A lot of our cells in our body have a self-destruct mechanism which goes off when they detect something's fucked up, maybe like cancer. Well, cancer doesn't self-destruct. That's the whole issue with it, right? You would have to target the cancer cells for binding with those molecules first. Well, let's see really quick, you know? Cancer is when those processes for self-destruction fail. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor or whatever, but my understanding is that, like, all cells have a bunch of stuff going on and they replace themselves because that's how stuff works. And when a cancer cell, well, sometimes a little genetic mutation in a cell can cause it to sort of break away from the processes that regulate its life cycle and reproduction. And then it's like, oh, you know, what if I just reproduced and used the resources from the rest of the body, but don't follow any self-destruct orders, and then it grows into like a fucking tumor. Apparently, all of our bodies are riddled with cancer cells all the time, you know, most of the time, like the vast majority of the time, it just doesn't take off. Like right now, there are probably literally millions of divergent cells, probably trillions? I don't know, like a ridiculous number of divergent cells in our body, but most of the time the body flushes it out. You know, it doesn't take off. But every once in a while, you know, it does take off, and then you get a big old tumor, and then it goes to like the bloodstream and stuff, and then you got a real issue like bone cancer. You're gonna fucking die, you know. And that's why there is no curing cancer, at least not that we know now. But like you know, they basically just like blast your whole body with radiation. Not your whole body, but like parts of your body with radiation, and they hope it kills more cancer cells than non-cancer cells. If I recall correctly, you can't really cure cancer. Yeah, well, you can't cure cancer because the thing that makes cancer is like the process of DNA, of inaccurate DNA transcription when cells reproduce, which like the biological process that can make cancer is present in all living things, and we can't fix that. We can just like get rid of the cancer. Like curing cancer would be like making it impossible for dust to fall in a room or whatever, you know? Like you can clear out dust bunnies, but like dust is like everywhere all the time, you know? Like shit like that, I guess. That's cool. But you could in theory treat it so effectively it's cured. Well, you can make it. What I'm saying is you can't remove the process in the human body that makes it possible for cancer to develop, you know, unless we do some wild shit in the future with like the way cells replicate and DNA and stuff, or like, you know, crap like that. Like that's down the line, maybe, you know, but we can make cancer go into remission. We can remove the like problem cancer, you know, but we can't stop cancer like fundamentally yet, you know. So this would be a better way of treating cancer that does show up, which means that you'd still need like early detection or whatever. Let me see. 11 patients seem to achieve complete remission using this treatment, marking a success rate of 100% to date. That's pretty cool. Notably, evidence from the lab study suggests the therapy's long-term effectiveness and indicates its fabrication may be both quicker and more cost-effective than current methods. That's pretty cool. At its core, CAR T therapy involves modifying T cells to target and eliminate specific cancer cells. These modified T cells are equipped with chimeric antigen receptors. CARs. No, more car-centric infrastructure. They're trying to turn your fucking, your circulatory system into a goddamn highway. God damn it. That allows them to recognize and latch onto cancer cells, marking a significant departure from traditional treatments. Super immune cell effect and target cells. So is this like CRISPR? So the modifying the T cells, is this like CRISPR stuff? Is this like an application of CRISPR technology? It is? Dope. Okay, I see. So basically what they're doing is they're genetically modifying cells to seek out cancer. And then they're targeting those modified cells with this specific kind of radiation that causes them to vibrate really hard. So basically, like, what they're basically saying is like, okay, we're going to put a bunch of tiny little cancer bombs in your body, and they're going to seek out the cancer. They're anti-cancer bombs. And then once they've attached the cancer, we're going to hit the switch that makes them blow up, which is this blast of radiation. And that way it's much more targeted than regular chemo, because rather than blasting all your cells with radiation, you're just targeting the modified T cells that have latched onto your cancer cells. That's super cool. Oh my God, that's really, really cool. And that's conceptually easy to understand too. Like that's like a smart application of, it sounds like something that would be in a sci-fi film. The CAR T cells excrete the IL-10 molecule, which is then ingested by the modified T cells. In other words, the cell has been engineered to produce its own medicine to keep healthy in the tumor's hostile environment. Okay. Traditional CAR T cells, while effective against liquid cancers, face challenges in solid tumors. The cells wear themselves out and ultimately failing to destroy the cancer fully. Okay, so these ones are modified to be durable enough to not die when they're in a tumor. Even after the reintroduction of tumor cells into the mouse models, the cells failed to establish themselves or show any malignancy. This underscores the lasting efficacy of the treatment, where the immune response remains vigilant and effectively neutralizes any renewed cancer threats. Huh. While current CAR T cell therapy has proven effective and several treatment options are currently available for leukemia and other liquid cancers, it remains extremely expensive. The cost of one treatment is upwards of $500,000. In contrast, the costs of this future treatment could be significantly lower due to the fact that only 5% of the traditional dose is necessary for full recovery. Much of the cost comes from fabricating relatively large amounts of these modified T cells in expensive laboratory environments. That's really cool. So, like, theoretically, if this got manufactured at, like, full process, yeah, like, if this got sort of brought to scale, this could be a pretty, if it's effective against solid cancer cells as well, like tumors, that could be really good. Yeah. So, like, right now, like, this is like an improved version of the rare edge case, like, $500,000 treatment. So this can end up being, like, relatively cheap. That's really cool. Chemotherapy is not radiation, it's chemicals that kill the tumor. Doesn't chemotherapy get done in addition to radiation? Like, they give you the chemicals and then they also give you the radiation, and they're done, like, together? Am I wrong? I've watched Breaking Bad, so I'm pretty much an expert on cancer treatment. Sometimes? Okay, gotcha. Not necessarily? Okay, not necessarily. 11 successes out of 11 is pretty impressive. Complete remission. Stuff like this makes me wonder if we're going to, like, I wonder if, because one of the big uncelebrated advances of the past few decades is that AIDS is basically not an issue anymore in developed countries if you have the money. I admit, it's still cost gatekept, but AIDS can now not only be treated to the point where it's not that much of an issue, but you can also take medicine to make it incredibly unlikely to pass it on or receive it, you know? The strength of the modern medicine against AIDS, like, it's unthinkable. If we did this again, but with cancer, I mean, if we, like, if we achieved a similar success against cancer, I mean, good Lord. Didn't Biden promise to cure cancer during his term? He did? Ah, Biden, Are those 11 patients human? Yeah, right? Yeah, apparently they've been working on this for about a decade. My guess is that, like, CRISPR technology has probably advanced the ease with which they can produce these modified CAR T cells. The research team from Rice University, Texas A&M, and the University of Texas say the new approach is a marked improvement over another kind of cancer-killing molecule machine previously developed, activated with near-infrared light rather than visible light. The use of near-infrared light is important because it enables scientists to go deeper in the body. Oh, that makes sense. What did researchers find? In tests on cultured lab-grown cancer cells, the molecular jackhammer method worked 99% hit rate, destroying the cells. The approach was also tested on mice with melanoma tumors. Half the animals became cancer-free. Wait, is this the same? Wait, are these two different? Wait, I think these are two different treatments. Are these related? This is about supercharging CAR T cells, and this is about the molecular process with, like, the infrared light. Similar tech, different specifics? Okay. This paper is from 2023. Related but different? Wait, so I saw the Twitter thread on this, but this came out today. Wait, did another research paper just come out from China, like, with another breakthrough? And I was thinking this entire time that it was a different have there been two parallel breakthroughs? Least boring STEM segment? Get out of here, Dr. Strange. Banned from this stream. If there is anything I have no tolerance for, it is ambivalence in the face of medical miracles. Get out of here. Are these two? I guess they're like related technologically, but are these like two adjacent? Yeah, but this is like a more advanced CAR-T. I think these might be two related parallel developments. Yeah, this is from late 2023. Molecular jackhammer, late 2023. Molecular jackhammer, and then this comes out in the medical press. But this is from the EPFL School of Engineering, Professor Li Tang. But that's not what these people are doing. Guys, I think there have been two related but nonetheless parallel developments in anti-cancer research that happened within a month of each other, or at least their results got published within a month of each other. Holy shit. So we have the modified CAR T cells that do a better job of like latching onto and surviving in solid cancers, and they require far fewer custom-made cells, and then the other hand, we're using infrared light to destroy cancer cells. That's really cool. Holy shit. I pray this isn't another superconductor situation. Oh yeah, apparently, last night I also saw a Twitter thread linking to people saying there's been some new development in the superconductor shit. I don't know about that one, though. This is really good, though. This is really good. I remember reading about a treatment that reverses aging, but causes cancer. So if we cure cancer, we can reverse aging. Gotta find that. I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure that the technology that helps us deal with cancer and the technology that helps us with aging, those would probably be very similar because both of them deal with cell reproduction. A lot of the like process of aging is just your cells either like getting clogged up with dead cells, like your body is more and more filled with dead cells that don't get flushed, or they reproduce themselves in less functional ways because the DNA like inscription in the cell like copies itself imperfectly. And those things also cause cancer, right? So like I guess there's like an adjacency there, but I don't think that means you become immortal when you cure cancer. But I guess there's some adjacency, you know? They're like, you know, there's like something going on there. Telomerase degradation. Yeah, the little shoelace tie-offs. We don't get filled up with dead cells. Where did you learn that? From a Veritasium video. How like as time goes on, like your cells have self-destruct systems when they die, but there is a very, very small chance that a cell like malfunctions and doesn't self-destruct when it dies. And as time goes on, like more of those senescent cells, that's what you're referring to? Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's the term I remember. Yeah, cell senescence. Senescent cells are unique in that they eventually stop multiplying, but don't die off when they should. Yeah, so they kind of just clog you up, you know? Hey Vaush, biomedical student here. This kind of research happens all the time. Probably not going to see it get tested on humans for a few years, but it's good research. But you fool. You buffoon. The Chinese have already been doing research on humans. 11 patients seem to achieve complete remission using this treatment. I don't think they've done any human testing on the molecular jackhammer thing, though, so that might take some time. But, you know, still, developments. Yes, the duplicitous Chinese and their sinister effort to beat out the West. Oh no, it'll still take years and years for sure, and having this process work at scale to be fair as well. They're immortal in East Asia too. Yeah, isn't East Asia where that one guy, the Batman guy, is from? The guy who was in the first Batman movie? He's immortal, I think. Ra's al Ghul, yeah, isn't he like Tibetan or something? Liam Nielsen. Yeah, okay, I don't agree with the casting.